Ashley Share. I'm the founder and CEO of ShareLove.Fund. Today we are in week 9, believe it or not, of our RCYT yoga teacher training. RCYT stands for Registered Children's Yoga Teacher. Our training course, our degree track course, is accredited by Yoga Alliance. You can join on YouTube for free, just for fun. The more the merrier. And also, if you seek to actually earn your diploma and your certification, you can do that by enrolling at ShareLove.Fund/train. We're a 501c3 charitable organization, and when you purchase a degree for yourself, you are also sponsoring a scholarship for the same type of degree for our at-risk youth or women. We serve inner city children, and also we serve incarcerated women in the New York State and New York City custodial system. We are also the largest Spanish and English content provider by volume, by number of videos, thousands of them in fact, for the American Prison Data Systems, which is a tablet program across the entire United States. Our videos are also available on YouTube. We upload everything that we give to APDS, American Prison Data Systems. We make that available on our YouTube to the public so that you can hold us accountable. We have many monthly donors, which we really, really appreciate. And when folks part with their hard-earned money to be a monthly recurring donor, I want them to also see that me as the founder and CEO who works for free, I don't take any salary, but I want folks to see that I'm working every day and making videos and creating content for the incarcerated women that we serve, because if folks are voluntarily donating and investing in this charity each month through auto recurring donations, I want you to see that we're putting some muscle behind that, using volunteer hours such as mine to stretch each dollar further and further so that we actually change lives. Without further ado, I'm going to invite you into a comfortable seated position so we can sort of do a learning meditation. It won't be a silent meditation like we did last time, which was more introspective, but I'm going to read from our book, Broadening Our Horizons. What can modern food science learn from historic nutritional practices? This book was written by our high school leaders for the benefit of incarcerated women. It is available on Amazon, and in the past we read from chapter 1 of the book, and we learned all about sort of the technical terms of food science. Chapter 1 was, what is modern food science? So we read that together a few classes ago. And now I want to give you the benefit of sharing chapter 2. Our youth took this picture, so it's like of Costco products. So they went out into the wilds of modern civilization and took some photos for us. Chapter 2 is called Evolution of Food. And then this is Chichen Itza. So that's pretty cool. So each chapter has keywords at the beginning. And this is also like a Mayan symbol. So actually from that same trip, ironically, our bookmarker, is that each chapter has keywords and a chapter objective. This is written as a textbook series at the 9th grade reading level so that incarcerated women may use their time wisely and earn a degree. The textbook series name is called Broadening Our Horizons. We now have 3 books available on Amazon under the Broadening Our Horizons series title. We have this book, What Can Modern Food Science Learn from Historic Nutritional Practices? We also have the book, Gandhi Goes to School. We also have the book, The Encyclopedia of Yoga. So by purchasing those books, leaving a 5-star review with comments, you are encouraging our high school leaders of the power of the pen, that anything is possible, that they can be published authors even at a young age. So anyway, I'm going to go through this chapter 2 with you. So please take a comfortable seated position. If you are in an asymmetrical position like I am, perhaps half lotus, then I will cue you at the halfway mark so that you can switch sides and enjoy a symmetrical stretch. But this is a way that we can stimulate our minds with a little knowledge, a little freebie. So first, the key words in this chapter. Oh, also, I'm just gonna, sorry, this is live and uncut, so flips and bloopers and all. But I wanted to say, so there is a connection, like yoga is really about mind, body, and soul. So it's not just exercise, but it's not just meditative contemplation. And also what we eat really affects the cells in our body. It affects how we move, how we feel. So nutrition is a part of yoga, whether we like it or not. In this RCYT degree, it's a specialty degree. I'd like to give you a little bit more than we did in our RYT 200. And so I'm adding in some of this Ayurvedic and nutritional food for thought. Nothing herein shall be construed as medical advice. I'm not telling people how to eat. I'm showing you what children are capable of by reading this book. And then I'm also introducing the idea that what we eat matters and that that's part of yoga. So without further ado, the key words in this chapter are cardiovascular disease, chronic ailments, COVID-19, Neolithic age, and paleo diet. The objective of this chapter is as follows. This chapter explains how food evolved from ancient days until the modern era. You will gain an appreciation of how Ayurveda has evolved food culture. We'll also give you an insight into the food culture of the Stone Age. So that is pretty exciting. I'm going to flip forward to the chapter quiz questions at the end, because sometimes I find that reading the chapter quiz questions before we read the chapter just helps us focus. I am so proud of our youth for writing this and making a textbook. I want to also tell you, some folks ask me, how can I volunteer? How can I help? Well, we don't have a solutions manual. We don't have an answer key yet to our textbook. It hasn't been written yet. And so if any of you are teachers out there earning your RCYT degree, what would be so helpful to us as a charitable organization, and what may also be interesting to you and your students, is to have a youth-led project where your students actually write real sample answers to these questions, and perhaps you or with your students create like a grading rubric, and then we could have sample answers with sort of sample grades. And so instead of having an answer key of this is the perfect answer, I would love to have an answer booklet with sort of a range of answers, of real answers from real kids. At ShareLove.Fund, one of our taglines is real work for real women. So I would love to have a model answer key of actually what's not necessarily model answers, just a range of real answers and how they were scored against the rubric. And that is a way that students can practice critical thinking as well. They can look at the real life examples, the decisions that were made in scoring, and they can actually kind of put on their thinking cap as if they were teachers and think about how they would score things. Okay, so for this chapter quiz, there are 6 questions in each chapter. Each chapter quiz has a little bit variable questions, usually around 5. So the instructions are answer these questions to help you understand your knowledge of the topic. Excuse me, question 1. Did you understand how food evolved from the medieval to modern age? Question number 2. Does thinking about consuming good food make your mind active and energetic? I love that question because it shows that our thoughts control our feelings, which can influence our actions. So sometimes just thinking about being healthy can make us feel like we have some of those benefits of having a healthy lifestyle. Question 3, do you believe that your existing food habits are good and healthy? With this question 3, I encourage folks to have some compassion. Don't hold yourself up to an ideal. We're real people and, just trying to make our way. So be gentle on yourself when you answer that question. Question number 4, do you want to change your food habits to make them healthy? So a lot of times we say we want to make a change and then it doesn't stick. But did we really want to make a change, or did we think we were supposed to make a change? Because if we don't really want to make a change, but we think that we have to go through the motions because we're supposed to, then the plan is probably not going to stick. But the day you really want something, as Napoleon Hill calls it, the day you have a burning desire for something, then it's probably going to stick. Question 5, are there any obstructions in your path of changing from bad to good food habits? And number 6, are you trying to overcome the obstructions, and how? And this is a wonderful discussion point. Okay, so we will go through this chapter. So this is chapter 2, the evolution of food, I believe. I'm just gonna double check. Yes, evolution of food, chapter 2. Chichen Itza with ShareLove.Fund shirt, I love it. Okay, here we go. If you are sitting in an asymmetrical position like I am, this is a wonderful time to switch sides. It's about our halfway point of our sitting posture. Okay, have you ever thought about what early men used to eat? There is a huge difference between what the early men ate and what we are eating today. I just want to say ShareLove.Fund is a women's empowerment organization, but I'm also really into language and literature, and I personally found as the CEO, I'm not offended by the word men. I think that it is useful in writing to just have one word to mean human. The cool thing about starting your own company is you can make certain decisions just how you want them. And so if each of you start your own company, or maybe you already have, you could make a different decision than I've made. So that's kind of just like the perk of being the CEO. So here, when I say men, I mean people, and that was a literary decision I was allowed to make, and our youth also made that decision too, because this was a youth-led endeavor. Okay, so aside from that, okay, so there's a huge difference between what the early men ate and what we are eating today. This chapter will look into how food habits have evolved from early man to the present day. The diet of early man in the prehistoric period included green vegetables, fruits, meat, seafood, fish, insects, and nuts. They used to move from place to place in search of food. They were known as hunters and gatherers at that time. Meat played a vital role in the evolution of food of humans. Some scientists believe that eating meat was a major reason for the larger brain of our ancestors, who lived millions of years ago. They ate more calorie-dense meat and marrow, providing them with extra energy compared to plant-based diets. I just want to say another disclaimer, because food can be an incredibly emotional and loaded issue. The purpose of reading this book is to show you what a group of high schoolers was able to do over the summer. They had an idea, and they wrote a book and it got published on Amazon and has 5-star reviews. That is like, it's like a youth empowerment exercise. So we're reading this more as a process. 100 different people reading this book might have 100 different opinions on whether they agree or disagree with what this book says. We're not trying to advocate any particular diet, and we're not trying to be doctors here. We're just showing you a work of literature created by our youth to stimulate your own creative thinking and your own food for thought. So this is an exercise about process and not about dictating any particular outcome. So I just invite you to breathe and have an open mind and use what the youth said as stimulation to create your own ideas. And you know, none of this is gospel, but I'm really proud of the youth for really thinking about the food that they eat and writing this. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so they ate more calorie-dense meat and marrow, providing them with extra energy compared to plant-based diets. In the Stone Age, a major change in eating habits happened in the Paleolithic, when Paleolithic humans learned to use fire. The humans of that period started to settle down and build shelters. They cooked their food before eating it. The remarkable diet in the Stone Age is the Paleolithic or Paleo diet, consisted of foods that can be gathered, hunted, or fished. Such foods include vegetables, roots, fruits, berries, as well as meat, fish, poultry, eggs, and shellfish. However, the diet did not include dairy products, legumes, grains, salt, or sugar. What made them avoid all these foods? Our ancestors believed that human bodies were designed genetically to eat a paleo diet only. Towards the end of the Neolithic age, the final age of the Stone Age, food gatherers started to learn the benefits of domesticating animals and plants. Around 4000 BC, early humans developed agricultural skills to grow crops successfully. Agriculture marked a significant turn in the evolution of food for human consumption. Farmers grew a variety of grains that included barley, wheat, rice, sorghum, and corn. Barley and wheat were the first crops to be cultivated from wild grasses. Furthermore, I just want to say this is another picture the kids took. I'm super proud of them. It's the Hue bars and kale crunch and a Sakara salad and the modern plastic fork eating on the go. But it was so cute. They basically just used what they had and created wonderful, artful pictures. It truly goes to show you can make something out of nothing. It's not really out of nothing. Thoughts can be tangible when you have an iPhone to take pictures and you have a laptop to type it up. Okay, furthermore, people of this period also began consuming dairy products like milk. The traditional foods of the early humans were rich in nutrients and certainly didn't contain any artificial flavors, preservatives, or artificial colors. Food habits continued to change over the years with the development of food preparation technologies. Gradually, with the expansion of urban civilization, food habits became more complex. We were introduced to packages and ready-to-eat fast food items, while the taste, texture, and appearance of the food items were enhanced due to the addition of artificial flavors, colors, and other additives. The nutritional value of the food was often lost. In the modern world, where most individuals are busy with their work, the demand for fast food increased. We moved from healthy food habits to unhealthy ones. Today, we consume much less green vegetables and fruits in our diet compared to what was eaten frequently in the Stone Age. With the appearance of COVID-19, there has been a trend to return to eating healthier with better food options. It was interesting, before we were very reliant on hospitals and doctors, and then when the medical system was overloaded, people had to take more responsibility on themselves to stay healthy. Anyway, that was my own little anecdote. Okay, staying focused. Focus is key, right? Okay, so here we go. We have, again, started consuming plant-based foods that are rich in proteins and nutrients. To maintain a healthy mind and body, we adopt low-carb or paleo diets. We are returning to our ancestors' diet that has three main benefits: better health, less disease, and weight loss. That is a controversial statement. It's a matter of opinion. As I said, nothing herein shall be construed as medical advice. Good health does not only mean a healthy body, but it also has a positive impact on a healthy mind. To have good health, you must focus on what you eat. There are two contradictory thoughts on the matter. Some researchers believe that an increase in meat consumption among early men was the main reason for the significant development of their brains. However, others argue that nutritionally rich food items enable better brain development. I just want to say here, yoga, the word yoga actually means to yoke or come together. So it's the mind-body connection. And so the idea of mental contemplation, meditation, exercise, movement, and also nutrition really coming together to create this oneness, this ideal optimized self. If you are sitting in an asymmetrical position like I am, then I invite you to choose a symmetrical position. You can have your feet together in cobbler's pose or outstretched in front of you, or a symmetrical position of your choosing. In the era we live today, it is not possible to follow a diet the same as our ancestors. Whole grains cannot be eliminated entirely from our diet, since dietary fiber helps reduce the risk of cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. Instead, let's make sure that our diet provides the essential proteins and nutrients for a healthy mind and body. Here are some seeds the students found, and then they took a picture on our love stationery that we provide to incarcerated women so that they may write home to their children and families with dignity. It's beautiful artisan watercolor stationery donated by Alyssa Swedlow. Like a premium car requires quality fuel to work, your body and mind also need healthy food to function properly. Your body requires energy to function throughout the day. Feeding your brain is vital to enable it to interpret signals, improve your mood, and ensure healthy mental well-being. Consuming the right portion of plant-based and animal-based food and essential nutrients and proteins can help ensure a healthy mind and body. It can keep your body free from severe diseases like diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and other chronic ailments. Moreover, healthy food choices can make your brain active and ensure better development. Food provides nutrients for the human body to stay strong and healthy, and enables the brain to stay alert. Hence, eating healthy foods allows you to stay physically fit and mentally positive. In contrast, eating unhealthy foods can give rise to a number of health issues and mental problems. To avoid any impact on your mind and body, reduce sugar and carbohydrates in your diet. You may not avoid these items altogether, but be careful about excess consumption. I love how the students are practical. Add more healthy food like fruits and vegetables and whole grains to your diet instead of refined and processed foods. Now that you have learned how food has evolved and its influence on your mind and body, let's explore the food culture in different regions. In the next chapter, chapter 3, Food Culture, Eastern Traditions, we will look at the traditions and food culture that people follow in the eastern parts of the world. I will end with this chapter. Each chapter ends with a quote that the students found. So this quote by Linford Christie reads as follows. Adopting a new, healthier lifestyle can involve changing diet to include more fresh fruit and vegetable, as well as increasing levels of exercise. This wonderful picture is a picture of the Israeli marketplace donated by Rabbi Hammerman. So it was really fun. We had the whole community involved, community leaders, and a sneak peek at chapter 3, which I won't read, but it's another picture of the Israeli marketplace, also donated by Rabbi Hammerman on his travels. So the kids had to reach out to community leaders and solicit participation, because this is really was a group effort. Okay, I'm going to just put the bookmarker in so we can pick up where we left off should we seek that. And I'm also going to tidy up our little pile of books. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to check my notes here. I apologize, but here, I'm just going to check my notes on the poses that we've covered, and so that we can do a nice little review. So, okay, so this week is week 9, extended side angle. So this works really nicely. We did, I'm just going to show briefly, but I'll also warm you up to get into it. But we had warrior 2, then we did reverse warrior in week 8, and now it's week 9, and we'll do extended side angle. So these 3 poses really work nicely together. So let's warm up, and then we will do a sun salutation, spicing it up with those 3 poses. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, rainbow your arms to one side. As you all know, I love this rainbow arms because it reminds our incarcerated women that they can always paint a rainbow wherever they are, and also for the kids, they have a lot of fun thinking about holding a paintbrush and literally painting a rainbow across. Exhale and inhale, rainbowing the arms on the other side. You can have the children do this faster or slower. They can count or sing the alphabet, like let's paint an A. Let's paint a B. And this is a way that children can increase their focus and attention span in learning while moving. A lot of times younger kids, they have a lot of energy, and it's hard for them to sit still in a classroom and learn. But if they are allowed to rainbow their arms, you know your kids best. It might be a distraction and not a good idea, but for some kids it might be a great idea. They can burn off some extra energy and then learn something like times tables, like 3 times 7 is 21. 4 times 7 is 28. You know, something like this. Sometimes moving is good. I remember with my daughter when she was little and we were doing times tables, each one she could run around the kitchen island as fast as she could, and that really helped keep her focused. And she was like running and saying her times tables, and it's a way to sort of have fun with learning. Learning doesn't have to be sitting still. We've discovered you can learn with video game type educational apps. You can learn all different ways. Bring your hands together, clasp them together, sort of invert your palms facing out, lift your arms up and stretch to one side And then the other side. Exhale, come into tabletop, and we'll do some cat-cows that we did in week 4. From cat-cow, exhale into child's pose, really stretching the arms out in front of you. Walk your hands to one side and feel the stretch here. And walk your hands to the other side. Push yourself up and walk to the front of the mat. Okay, so now we're going to do sun salutation A on each side, just to review what we did in week 2, which is to learn sun salutation A. And then we will spice up sun salutation A with the poses we learned in weeks 7, 8, and 9, which in week 7, we learned warrior 2, week 8, reverse warrior, and this week in week 9, we are learning extended side angle, and this is a way to memorize those poses. I just want to kind of look at my cheat sheet. This is the Encyclopedia of Yoga. It's available on Amazon, and you know, it's live and uncut, and you know, I'm kind of a little bit doubting myself. I'm like, is that extended side angle, or I'm pretty sure I got it, but with the pyramid, triangle, side angle, it can get a little confusing. So anyway, I'm just gonna see where all our wonderful poses are. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to okay, here, sorry, just found now what I'm looking for. Okay, well, here I have the poses in a different order. Oh wait, yes, okay, extended side angle. So here we have extended side angle, so from the Encyclopedia of Yoga, so when in doubt, look it up in the encyclopedia. But basically for extended side angle, just so my form is correct with the yoga materials, instead of having my hand like this, I'm going to stretch both arms in opposite directions long, like that. And actually that feels so much better as a real deep stretch. So when in doubt, look it up, and you know, it's live and uncut, so what are you going to do? I'm glad that I took the time to look it up and taught it correctly and tried to show off and didn't teach it correctly. Okay, so moving on. Let us do just a regular sun salutation on each side. Then we'll do the sun salutation incorporating poses from week 7, 8, and 9, which are warrior 2, reverse warrior, and extended side angle, having the whole wingspan open, just like that. Okay, here we go. Regular sun salutation A on each side. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Left knee in, step it through the hands. Right leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. arms all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. Excellent. Sun salutation A on the left side. Let's do it on the right. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, right foot back, left foot back, plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Left knee in, step it forward. Right foot comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Arms all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, Tadasana. So that is Sun Salutation A. You can spend an entire class just doing Sun Salutation A. It's really all you need to know, and that's why we teach that sequence in week 2. Week 1 of our course is saying yoga is for everyone. Don't be intimidated. You can earn your degree, no qualifications necessary. You just have to want it. Our class 2 is teaching the Sun Salutation, saying, you know what, if you learn nothing else from us, you can get by forever as a yoga teacher only knowing Sun Salutation A. And then every subsequent class is introducing a pose of the week or having a review week to review what we've learned until you learn 45 key additional poses of the Share method that you can use to spice up that Sun Salutation A. So now we're going to spice up that Sun Salutation A with pose of the week from week 7, which was Warrior 2. Pose of the week from week 8, which was Reverse Warrior. And pose of the week from this week, week 9, which is Extended Side Angle. Every time we spice up our Sun Salutation A, we're gonna spice it up by splicing it in the same spot. We're gonna splice it in the downward dog. So we'll do our Sun Salutation A, and when we get to downward dog, then that is the point of insertion. And we're gonna put in, from downward dog, we're gonna put in Warrior 2. We're gonna put in Reverse Warrior. We're gonna put in Extended Side Angle. And then we're going to zip it up by coming back to down dog and finishing that Sun Salutation A. It'll make more sense when we do it. Let's get moving together. This is what I love about kinetic learning. We don't really have to understand. We can just do it, and then you're getting the benefits of a workout while you're learning. So it's not a waste of time. I try to not have any study time. Like, let's just have doing time. Inhale, arms up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend. Exhale, left leg back, right leg back comes to match. Plank. Knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Down dog. Now this is our point of insertion where we spice up our Sun Salutation A. Inhale, left knee into chest, step it through the hands. Spice it up with Warrior 2. Exhale, spice it up with Reverse Warrior. Inhale, windmill the arms around. Spice it up with Extended Side Angle. Continue to windmill the hands around, framing your front foot. Exhale, your feet back into down dog. Now we are zipping it up. Remember, down dog was the point of insertion, and now we've inserted the 3 poses. We wanted to spice up that Sun Salutation A, and now that Sun Salutation A is done. So we conclude our Sun Salutation. Sun Salutation A with left knee in, step it through the hands, right foot comes to match, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half bend, inhale, arms all the way up to upward salute, exhale, Tadasana. Okay, so now let's do that on the other side to really cement it in. Inhale, arms up, upward salute, exhale, forward fold, inhale, half bend, exhale, right foot back, left foot comes to match in plank, knees, chest, chin, cobra. From cobra, push back into down dog. Down dog is our point of insertion. Inhale, right knee in, step it through the hands. Exhale, 2, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down to extended side angle on the other side. A wonderful stretch. Continue to windmill your hands around to frame your front foot. Push it back into downward dog. Now we're zipping it up. We inserted the 3 spicy poses that we wanted to spice up our sun salutation A. And now we close the loop, finishing our sun salutation A as if it was just an ordinary sun salutation A to finish. Inhale, right knee in, step it through the hands, left leg comes to match. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half bend, arms all the way up, upward salute, and exhale, Tadasana. So congratulations, you just did a spice up sun salutation A, reviewing your pose of week 7, warrior 2, your pose of week 8, reverse warrior, and your pose of week 9, extended side angle. This is a way to add these 3 poses to your repertoire in a way that you can think of it as autopilot, because not only are you learning them, but you're learning how to sequence them just by doing kinetic learning. Let's have a delicious stretch and then a nice long Savasana. Exhale, slowly roll your self back, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bring your knees into chest. Lift your legs up. Hug your opposite elbows or whatever is comfortable. Grabbing your arms behind your knees. From here, allow your knees to roll over to one side. Straighten your bottom leg. Straighten your top leg to sort of scissor it out. Have your head opposite your leg and your fingertips outstretched where your gaze is. You can close your eyes or have a soft gaze and enjoy this spinal twist. Inhale your knees into chest and rock side to side, really massaging out the spine, having your entire back connected with the mat, giving a little self massage by the weight of your own body weight to those muscles in the back. You can roll the knees around in a circle to kind of get more of those nooks and crannies, massaging the tailbone. Let's do that 2 more times. This is also working your abdomen. And roll your knees to the other side. When you feel ready, we'll do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to scoot over because I don't have that much room. Okay, so basically we're going to scissor out the legs. So on the really the opposite of what you just did. So one leg is straight, the other leg is a right angle or to your comfort level. Arm is extended opposite your extended foot. Palm face up. Eyes, soft gaze over fingertips. Inhale your knees back into chest. Give yourself a little hug. Grab a hold of your toes with your hands and come into Happy Baby. In Happy Baby, you can rock side to side, again massaging out your back. This is a really playful pose and fun for kids as well. You can bring your arms inward to use a little elbow grease to expand your hips a bit if that feels good, or you can stick with the original pose. Inhale, giving your legs a nice little hug. Push up your heels facing the ceiling. Arms up, shoulders connected to the ground. Slowly bring your feet towards you and enjoy a nice hamstring stretch. Bend one knee to get deeper into one hamstring. transition, bending the other knee, working the hamstring on the other side. Exhale, both legs up. And slowly bring your legs down, stretched out in front of you, and we'll continue to enjoy a nice long Savasana. Palms facing up, about 6 to 8 inches away from your body. Heels hip width apart, toes fanning out to the outer edges of the mat. Your eyes can be closed or a soft gaze. Really feeling the connection of your spine to the mat. I'm going to walk around the room and I will cue you to come out of Savasana. It's going to be a nice, long, delicious 30-minute Savasana. Enjoy. slowly begin to bring awareness to your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently roll over to one side of the mat in a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together to heart center. Namaste.